my friends, welcome back to my channel. Happy Wednesday to all of you. I'm so happy that you can be here to spend some time with me today. Now, I'm going to be working on this card. It is going to someone in our extended family, and I know that you are probably thinking, oh no, you're waiting too long, you forgot them. But I assure you that is not the case. I just forgot to remember how quickly time goes this time of year. And so I just put it off thinking I had a lot of time, and then all of a sudden I didn't. Now, not to worry, this is going to a local family, so we did not have to worry about shipping time. In fact, this one is going to be delivered with a gift. And so I think the person who is receiving this would be able to figure it out, but I don't think they watch my videos. They're not crafty people. Maybe Jane will see it, but Jane is cool and she will not share with them what I'm making. And so this is for my own family, and this is not late. It is at the last minute, but I think time gets away from all of us this time of year. And so I'm still very happy to be able to gift them something that is handmade, especially for them. And then I also want to think about trying to add some pictures of our Christmas decor. I'm not going to do a separate video like I did for Halloween, and so that's just because I am aware that I share my house with other people and they may not want all of their business out on the internet, and so I'm trying to be mindful of taking pictures of just the decor, and I'll probably add them to the end of maybe Friday's or next Wednesday's video. We're 10 days out now, so not too many videos left for that, but I did want to include some of our festive decor, and so I'll be able to share that with you. So that is all for the reason why I'm making this card today. Now let's get into the tutorial. So for my video for last week on Wednesday, I did share a very chatty blog. I got you caught up on what we were doing while I had a little break from YouTube, and I asked for you all to give me some feedback in the comments whether you like that chatty style vlog kind of video, and I got such an amazing kind response and everyone seemed to really like it. I would love to tell you that I can share that kind of nice personal stuff every week, but sadly, we are very boring people, and so during this Christmas time, we have a little bit more going on, especially this year. We have the wedding and the trip across country and various other kind of holiday things that will likely not be having a repeat of next year. So for this year, I did want to share some of these special things that are coming up, but after the holidays, I'm not real sure we have a whole lot to vlog about because my tech hubby and I are very homebody people. We really like to be on our property. We take care of our acreage, and we have campfires, and we just kind of enjoy being at home. We don't live in an area where there's a whole lot to do, so if we do want to do an activity, it means we have to drive, and he's already been out and about on the road for a while, so it's just a quiet lifestyle that we have. But while I can share some of the special moments, I'm going to, because you all seem to really enjoy it. So like I did for that video, I'm just gonna quickly cover the supplies I used for this card. And I have already shared this little book that I take with me when we go camping. You know that I enjoy my coloring projects, and that's the best time for me because I do get up very early, and I do like to have busy work to do while we watch movies in the evening, and so I like to bring my stamps and my markers and just create some images that I can work with later when I have time and I'm ready to be creative. So this is what's left. I put a very good dent in my supply of already colored images, and so I don't really have a whole lot left, but I did have a couple of really special fun ones, and so this is just basically a pocket style scrapbook. album with the pages, and then I tuck all the little bits inside so that, like I said, I can create when I'm ready and I have these already designed. I can just pull papers that coordinate with it and make my project. So this is a really nice way that I keep that organized. And for the project for today, I'm gonna use a combination of some Hello Bluebird stamp sets. And so I've got the Frosty Littles, and I'm just using one of the images from that, but I also have Frosty Friends, and although they kind of look similar, they work together, but they're totally different sets, and I think that I was able to pull some sweet little characters from that. I also have the dies that coordinate with that, so they were pretty easy to cut out. And once I had my stamping done, I like to use this Memento Tuxedo Black ink because I color with Spectrum Noir markers, and so these are very compatible. I just stamp it and let the image dry, and then I can color it, and it works perfectly well. And so for this card, the recipients are not overly sentimental. They're probably not going to keep this card. I don't want to burden them with a lot of flowers and trims and make them feel guilty if they wind up getting rid of it, but I did want to create something special for them. I'm also going to be using some pattern blocking. That is something that I don't do too often, but I really liked these patterns. I picked this A Magical Christmas, and this is from Authentique Paper. It's not a new collection, obviously, because Authentique hasn't put out any new collections in the recent past, but I did like these very traditional colors, and I thought they went with the snowman coloring very well. I colored their hats and their scarves, and one has a little cup of coffee with a band on it. So I picked this, and then I decided to do a 5 by 6.5 inch card, and rather than doing a lot of piecing and joining patterns together to fill the space, I decided to start with a base of some very sweet wood grain, and the pattern came from Hobby Lobby. I just picked up a fair bit of it because I really like it as a neutral in the background. I think it makes it a little bit brighter and a little bit more festive. So I picked a couple of patterns that I liked out of the paper pack, and then instead of using my regular matting and the centered focal images, I decided to pull out this die set. So this is a nested rectangle stitched die, and this came from Cherryland Designs when I worked on their design team. You could use just about any set that you liked. I have seen them with a cross stitch pattern as well, so I might be on the lookout for those, but I really love the extra detail that it adds. And so for the larger patterns, I picked obviously the larger rectangles, and then I did create a frame by using one of the medium size rectangle. I cut out a pretty gold foil, and then I cut a second rectangle from the center of that with 2 sizes down of the nested rectangle so that I had a nice generous border, and I used the metallic just to kind of give it a little bit of sparkle. So we're gonna work on the card now, and I'll get into the rest of my update. So like I mentioned, you guys seem to really enjoy that update, and I do have another fun happening that we had. Our daughter-in-law Lexi did graduate from university on Friday. So right before the weekend, we were able to go out to Adrian where she graduated. So we had a nice dinner, and then on our way to the chapel where they have the winter ceremony, there was the most beautiful Christmas tree walkthrough. All of the lights were lit up. It was by the river, and it was so, so beautiful. I did capture a couple of pictures of that. I'm going to try and remember to put them on Instagram, so I will try and link that in the description. But it's by the river, and they have the lights strung all the way across the water, and it was so beautiful. Almost warm, and for Michigan it was pretty good. I think it was about 46, so it was fairly comfortable, and they had the old-timey Bing Crosby kind of Christmas music playing. It was very sweet. A lot of those trees had sponsors, so families could go in if they had a memorial tree or a specific organization. They could decorate the tree in the theme that worked for what they were sponsoring. So that was really fun. And the graduation ceremony was absolutely beautiful. And the church that it was held in, the chapel, was stunning. It had all the trees lit with beautiful white lights. And so we were really happy to have been asked to come out by her parents. So we felt like we were really included, and that was really special. So that was on Friday. So then Saturday, we put up our Christmas tree. Mostly it's done. I need a taller ladder to come out of the basement so that I can get the top of the decorations in. And then Sunday, we went to Frankenmuth. And so all of my Michigan peeps will be familiar with Frankenmuth. It has, from what I think, the largest Christmas store in the United States. It's called Bronner's, and so we go there every year to pick up very special ornaments for the kids. And then Tech Hubby and I have also started last year collecting the Christmas Story Department 56 Christmas Vacation. So last year we picked up the camper and Cousin Eddie, and then this year we got the family truckster, and then the figurines where the kids and Clark are gonna go sledding. So that was fun. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pop in real quickly and share with you. I'm gonna hold this in place because I want to be aware of where this is gonna fall. So I'm just a little bit lower than that line. Now I want to add a couple of other elements to it and then capture them underneath. I've got just some florals here and then a very sweet little glittery foliage that I cut from glitter paper. So we did get to go to Frankenmuth, and like I mentioned, it was so nice and warm that weekend. It was just absolutely packed, and everyone was in such a wonderful festive mood. It really did feel very Christmassy. We walked from the shops that are outside of downtown and had a nice drink at the brewery, so we got to be on the patio by the river, and so that was really nice just to sit outside and have a nice drink while we were thinking about what we were going to pick up. And then of course we did get some fudge because you can't go to Frankenmuth without that. And like I said, they were pretty busy, but everyone was in such a lovely holiday mood. It made it really special, and I felt very Christmassy, even though I have been adjusting to being an empty nester. It was nice to kind of lose myself in the spirit of the holiday a little, and so that was really fun. And that was on Sunday. So another update we had was that Tech Hubby put up our big tree that he has for the yard. It's not really a tree, he just puts lights on our flagpole and turns that into a really big tree. Now we don't have many people driving by our house because we live out in the country, but it's still nice to have a little bit of holiday lighting out in. So that was fun. And that's pretty much my updates for this week. It seems like there's just a lot going on for the holidays. So I hope that you guys enjoy hearing about our additional fun activities. I want you to let me know in the comments if you and your family have been doing anything special and fun for the holiday. I know last year was a little bit of a challenge to feel festive because of all of the things going on, but this year does feel a lot better. I think the overall mood gotten so much nicer and people really did seem to feel festive and sweet. And so that makes me really happy to just have a little bit of normality for this season. And so that's what I can share with you now. There's a couple of other things happening, but as a military mom, there is only so much that is appropriate for me to share. I did learn that when Army Son went to Africa 2 years ago, we did learn that we do not share things until after the fact. And so this is going to be another one of those situations, but I will update you as soon as it is appropriate and safe. But that's not going to be for a little bit. So here's my card. Now I'm putting a lot of spacers in between these layers. This is just another way to get some extra detail out of my card without putting on all the flowers and the trims and all that. But I think these little snowmen are very festive and good for Michigan. We don't have snow at the moment. It was nice and warm the last week, but I believe there is a cold front moving in. So I know some of my Michigan friends like snow and some of them do not. I am in the do not category, but it's just how it is here. And so these little snowmen really do kind of work well for Michigan weather. I'm going to space these out. And I alternated the hat color so that it would be a nice distribution of the colors there. And this last little guy is going on the end. And then I'm going to forego my usual button and charms and all that. I'm just going to accent some of the areas here with a little bit of stickles, and I try to be more reserved with these, just kind of putting it in specific areas where it makes sense and not going all over and crazy. So where the hats would have the shading for the depth, I colored these for them to be kind of front facing because I'm not as experienced quite yet with my shading for things that are turned on its side. So most of what I do color is going to be front facing shadowed. And so I've just got some on the hats. A little bit would be appropriate on this part of the scarf. And then on that one here where it would be darker on the side. And then of course I can add a little bit extra to that bell. Let's go ahead and put some on the nose there, little carrot noses. If I had a good Sakura Jelly Roll pen, I would probably dot the eyes as well, but I don't have one. Probably maybe I should put that on the list, but this is going to be all for my sweet and simple card. Now, this is not going to mail at standard shipping with a stamp, but it will fit in a regular size envelope. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I think that people who are receiving this will enjoy it. It's kind of more their style. And so I'm happy to get this done. And it's not late, like I said earlier. I just let time get away from me a little. And so I'm feeling a little bit more caught up now having this done. Okay, remember to let me know in the comments what your family has been doing to be festive. Make sure you give me a big thumbs up for this video. Also, you can find links in the description for our social media sites, and I'm going to try and remember to get some pictures up of our Christmas tree walkthrough on Instagram, so can run over there and check that out if you want to. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day. If you're not already, would be grateful if you would hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you'll be alerted every time we add new content. And I thank you so much for watching. Bye.